Welcome to another tone tutorial. I'm Scott, you're watching Guitarnivore. I'm going to be right up on this mic tonight because I'm trying to make it so it doesn't catch too much of my guitar, but it still might. So I apologize if it does. I'm trying to make use of this better microphone than the other one I had, and it sounds a little bit better. Anyway, this tone, as you probably guessed from the thumbnail and the title, it is a more of a modern metal tone that you can use for down tuning or even regular tuning. We'll test it out on my little Esquire H right there a little bit later. Anyway, this one was born out of the Monomarth tone that I did a week or two ago. I think it's been a couple weeks. I was working with this, getting it there, and I was like, "Oh, that's a nice down tune tone," but it wasn't good enough for a Monomarth. Their tone was a little bit muddier, and it's different. And I've got a couple different versions of this one. It's like 4, 5, and 6. And I'll leave those in the live set, and you can play with them. You can do whatever you want with them. But let's jump into Tone Studio and take a look what I got going on here. First and foremost, I'm using the lead amp. It's not an amp I use a whole lot. You won't see me use it very much, but this time I did. And I've got chain 2-2 because I do have a compressor in here, and I don't even have a boost, so I could have used any of these, but I use this one the most, so I'm a little brainwashed. I've got the gain at 50, the volume at 85, bass at 54, mids at 54, treble at 61, and I've got the cabinet resonance at deep and the presence at 8. No solo, no contour. I do have a noise suppressor with the threshold at 52 and 24 on the release. So, as I said before, no boost on this one, but I do have a fat compressor mod and 70 on the sustain, 66 on the attack, 15 on the tone, and 50 on the level. Let's hear what we're sounding like right now without any modifications. Now I'm going to turn on this booster, but I'm going to have to turn down the guitar on my mixer over here just because the levels are a little low. So let's turn the compressor on. And this guitar I'm using today is an Ibanez GR 131EX. Yeah, I know. It's like a Illuminati Da Vinci Code that Ibanez uses to encode their models. It's kind of weird, but if you ever looked it up, it makes a whole lot of sense. But anyway, I've got this tuned to drop B. It's basically C sharp and tuned down to B on the top string. So that's what I'm going with today. So I've got the mod all set up. Next one I do have a delay. It is a digital delay, 443 milliseconds on the time, 35 on the feedback, 3 on the level. It's a very light delay, and 100 direct mix. High cut is at 10. Why? I couldn't tell you. It must have just been there. So let's hear how much of a delay we got. It's almost non-existent. You know what? We're going to shut that right off. Let's just go over to reverb. And I've got a plate reverb of 2.6 seconds on the time, 98 on the delay, flat, low cut, flat, high cut, 5 on the density, and 36 on the level. Let's turn it on. Most of this tone is going to be in the EQ, so we got all that other stuff going. Let's jump up to the parametric EQ. Amp out, I've got +5 on the lows, +1 on the mid, +4 on the mid-high, the high-mid, +3 on the high gain, and +2 on the level. Down at the bottom here, I got 63 on the low cut, 500 on the low mid, high mid frequency at 1.25 and 6.3 kilohertz on the high cut. I just left both low and high Qs at 1. So it's starting to sound a lot better. I got one more EQ, and this is going to be a graphic equalizer EQ over here. I've got the level at 2.5 over here, but going across the board, you can see what I got going on. Pause if you want, but let's turn it on and hear what it sounds like. Now, if you wanted to, you could leave that one right off or make your own adjustments to it because I think it needs a little more highs. And let's play with the highs. Let's This almost sounds like Left Behind. screwed that up. Let's try it again. A little rusty on that song. Let's switch over to the E-tuned guitar and see what that one sounds like. Sounds good. I like it. Let's drop it down to D. A little rusty on that one too. If you don't stay playing on that one, you kind of forget it. I'm gonna write this one real quick. I'm gonna write it as down tune 7 because I've got 6 already, and we're gonna save it to channel 2. So I've got that one. Seven sounds better to me. Let's go look over here, and let's look at 4. Let's start with 1 because 1 sounds very tin canny. 2. That one sounds terrible. And back up to 4. I don't know what happened to 3. So here's 6 and 7. I'm going to go drop 7 down here and put it in there. And you can now upload this to the Boss Tone Exchange, and you can download it, and you can do whatever the hell you want with it. Maybe even make them sound a lot better. This was just a kind of a quick one I kind of threw together with leftovers. That's what all this was just leftovers. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Got a lot more coming in the next week. See you next time.